Why did the United States enter Afghanistan? And what led to the longest war in American history? This is the complete story. For 2 decades, the mountains and cities of Afghanistan became the focal point of global geopolitics. Understanding this story requires looking back at history. Afghanistan's rugged landscape has long stood at the crossroads of empires and civilizations, shaping the destiny of the entire region. Spanning from 2001 to 2021, this conflict reshaped international relations, global security strategies, and the lives of millions. To understand the war, we must look at the decades of instability that preceded it, starting in the late 20th century. Geography dictated strategy. Situated between Central and South Asia, Afghanistan's terrain made it a focal point for regional powers. Following the Soviet invasion in 1979, the country endured 10 years of brutal conflict, leaving it fragmented and vulnerable. In the chaos that followed the Soviet withdrawal, a new movement emerged from the south, the Taliban. By 1996, the Taliban had seized control of most of the country, implementing a strict interpretation of Islamic law. During this period, Afghanistan became a sanctuary for al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden, who used the territory to plot global attacks. Everything changed on September 11, 2001, when the world witnessed an unprecedented terrorist attack on the United States. The U.S. demanded the Taliban hand over bin Laden and dismantle al-Qaeda's infrastructure. When they refused, military action became inevitable. In October 2001, U.S. and coalition forces launched operations. The world watched as the landscape of the war shifted rapidly. What began as a targeted mission evolved into an exhaustive 20-year military commitment involving NATO and international partners. The effort included counterinsurgency, massive reconstruction projects, and the attempt to build a sustainable national government. The scale was immense. Billions of dollars spent, hundreds of thousands of lives affected, and shifting troop levels that defined a generation. In 2021, the U.S. completed its final withdrawal, marking the end of a long and difficult chapter in American military history. With the departure of foreign forces, the Taliban rapidly returned to power, fundamentally changing the country's trajectory once again. Today, relations remain complex. While there are limited practical contacts, the U.S. does not formally recognize the Taliban government. The legacy of this conflict is etched into the global political landscape. As we look forward, the question remains: can lasting peace ever return to Afghanistan? The 2-decade conflict altered the course of 21st century history, leaving deep scars on international security policies and the collective consciousness of nations worldwide. Ultimately, the story of the U.S.-Afghanistan conflict is one of enduring consequences. As the world observes the path forward, we are left to ponder: can lasting peace ever truly return to Afghanistan?